Good morning and welcome back to the Daily Brief, your number one choice for expat news and updates. South Korea wildfires. Death toll rises to 16. 3 arrests after a German was assaulted in Pattaya. The US and the Philippines launched their joint military drills with 5,000 soldiers. Here's a look at today's local exchange rates for the Philippines, Thailand, Singapore, and Vietnam, followed by today's weather report. In our first story, South Korea is facing a major wildfire crisis as multiple blazes continue to devastate its southeastern regions. The fires, which ignited over the weekend, have led to significant destruction and loss of life. As of March 25, the death toll has climbed to 16, including 3 firefighters and a government official. The country has been battling more than 20 separate fires, with Useong County experiencing the most severe damage. Widespread evacuations have been implemented, and extensive firefighting efforts are underway to contain the flames. By March 25, the wildfires had scorched roughly 14,694 hectares of forest, forcing more than 3,300 people to flee their homes. Dry weather and strong winds have exacerbated the situation, making containment efforts increasingly difficult. The fires have also led to the relocation of prisoners from 4 facilities to ensure their safety. In Anong City, residents were urged to evacuate as flames moved dangerously close to residential areas. Acting President Han Duck-soo has responded to the crisis by deploying firefighting helicopters and ground personnel to combat the wildfires. A state of emergency has been declared, emphasizing the seriousness of the situation and the necessity for a coordinated approach. Unusually high temperatures, ranging from 22 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius, 72 degrees Fahrenheit to 77 degrees Fahrenheit, combined with low humidity, have contributed to the rapid spread of the fires. Experts suggest that climate change is playing a role in intensifying these extreme weather conditions, increasing the likelihood of such disasters. Firefighting crews are working around the clock to control the flames, but adverse weather conditions continue to present major challenges. Authorities are urging residents in affected areas to remain alert and follow evacuation orders for their safety. The situation remains dynamic, with emergency teams striving to contain the fires and provide aid to those affected. In our next story, in the early hours of March 25, 2025, a violent assault occurred on Pattaya's Beach Road, where a 40-year-old German tourist, identified as David Lalanek, was attacked by a group of approximately 10 men. The assailants, some reportedly dressed as motorcycle taxi drivers, used helmets as weapons during the assault. The incident was captured on video, showing Lalanek sustaining multiple injuries, including abrasions and a bleeding gash above his left eyebrow. Rescue workers provided immediate first aid before transporting him to a nearby hospital for further treatment. Lalanek, speaking through an interpreter, expressed uncertainty about the events leading up to the attack, stating he couldn't recall what triggered the incident. He recounted suddenly being assaulted by the group after doing what he said was nothing wrong. Severely injured and overwhelmed with fear, he managed to flee the scene on his motorcycle, seeking help from nearby residents. Pattaya police acted swiftly, arresting 3 suspects, aged 18, 25, and 27, shortly after the incident. The suspects reportedly confessed to the assault, claiming they acted in defense of a motorcycle taxi driver. Authorities are continuing their search for the remaining individuals involved in the attack. This incident has raised concerns about tourist safety in Pattaya, a city known for its vibrant nightlife and attractions. Local law enforcement has emphasized the importance of resolving disputes through legal channels rather than resorting to violence, urging both locals and visitors to seek assistance from authorities when conflicts arise. The investigation remains ongoing as police work to apprehend all individuals involved and ensure justice for the victim. In our last story, on March 24, 2025, the United States and the Philippines commenced a 3-week joint military exercise aimed at strengthening territorial defense and large-scale military operations, according to the Philippine Army. This first phase of Exercise Salaknib involves around 5,000 troops from the Philippine Army and the U.S. Army Pacific, engaging in combat training and strategic knowledge sharing. A second phase of the drills is scheduled for later in the year. The joint exercises will focus on enhancing military collaboration through large-scale operations, live-fire drills, and territorial defense strategies. These exercises are part of ongoing military engagements under the Balikatan Shoulder-to-Shoulder program, which has been a cornerstone of the U.S.-Philippine Security Alliance since 2016. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is expected to visit Manila this week to meet with Philippine officials and military personnel. His visit marks the first by a cabinet official since President Donald Trump took office in January 2025. The Pentagon previously confirmed his trip as part of efforts to reinforce bilateral defense relations. Under President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., security cooperation between the Philippines and the U.S. has intensified, particularly in response to maritime disputes in the South China Sea. Marcos has been firm in asserting the Philippines' territorial rights and has clashed with China over its aggressive actions in disputed waters. Beijing's continued presence in Manila's maritime zone has heightened tensions in the region. The U.S.-Philippines alliance has remained strong despite political transitions in Washington. Former Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin had emphasized that the partnership between the two nations would endure beyond changes in leadership. Additionally, the Philippines secured an exemption from the 90-day funding freeze ordered by President Trump earlier this year, allowing it to receive $336 million for military modernization efforts. These latest drills highlight the enduring commitment of both nations to regional security and defense cooperation. Thanks for watching the Daily Brief. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss out on future updates. As always, take care and we will see you on the next update.